Man, it's been raining here in Tennessee for over a week like this. Just big, fat, heavy raindrops all day long, just constantly. Get on the nerves. It's kind of hard to do an outdoors channel when you can't take all your equipment outdoors. Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce and Guns. Today I have a very interesting firearm to review for you guys. Very interesting, very fun. I've already had it out a few times. Very fun to shoot, very cheap. You're going to get a lot of looks at the range with this sucker, and that is the Little Badger by Chiappa. Chiappa is an Italian company, and they have a U.S. presence, of course. They make that crazy revolver that shoots from the bottom of the cylinder, not the top of the cylinder, what's called the Rhino. They have the Rhino, they have a couple other things, but one of their cheapest options out there for you guys is the Little Badger. It is a single shot, break action, survival style rifle here, and it is available in 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum, 17 HMR, and a weirdo cartridge, a 9mm shotgun shell. I've got the 22 long rifle version, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. First of all, let's go over real quick the details, then we're going to go to the range and shoot it some. Alright, first of all, all of them have threaded barrels. Awesome. 2018 is the year of the threaded barrel. Everything is coming out with threaded barrels, and Chiappa beat everybody to the punch. The front side is plastic, unfortunately. It's got 4 rails right there. They're attached to the barrel, not to the receiver. So keep that in mind there. Those are also plastic. The rear sight is about half plastic, half metal. But it shoulders and it sights in really well, very easily. Let's see, it has a steel receiver. Okay, so it's got a steel barrel, of course. So you got a magnet stuck right there. I'm assuming this is a steel. No, it's not. That receiver, well, it's barely holding on there. But so the receiver is either an aluminum or a zinc or Zamac or whatever they call it there. The same stuff they use to make the high point slides. So it's something like that. It is not steel. Okay, well, lesson learned. I've been shooting this thing for a couple days now and I did not know that. Okay, so yeah, the surround around the barrel right there. You got the barrel inside there. My pointer. There we go. The surround that's going to be zinc or aluminum or whatever. It's non-ferrous, whatever it is, not iron. And it surrounds the steel barrel inside. That's the chamber. Okay, I've counted out 200 rounds of cheap Thunderbolt, which is great to break in a new firearm. And I'm going to put that through my Little Badger here. Of course, got my suppressor on there as well. I have no idea how long this will take, but probably quite some time. Oh man, it's barely getting hot. If only someone made some sort of grip or handle I could put on this. Man, this thing's getting hot. I need an oven mitt. Mechanic to the rescue. Now I can't do a glove on my right hand because I need dexterity. Whew, that thing's hot. Let's take a look at those targets down there. 50 yards, as fast as fire you can do with that thing. Okay, range is cold. Try to spin you around there. See how red my hand is? Ow, I might have a blister on that tomorrow. Not bad if I do say so myself for that fast of a fire. Interesting. A little bit down here too, but look at that. not bad. So yeah, that was really cool. I went through 200 rounds and the thing ran like a top. I had no problems at all. And it was fairly accurate for what I was doing. But how accurate can it be? What if I set it up as a bench rest rifle, which of course is not a bench rest rifle, not in the least bit. But what if it did? What if it did? So I took, look at that thing. I took a 4 to 12 by 40 Vortex Crossfire 2 scope, which is bigger than the rifle, and I bolted a Badger to it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that correctly. You don't bolt the scope this size to the little Badger. You bolt the little Badger to a scope this size. I mean, look at that thing. Isn't that insane? Now, I had a lot of trial and error there, as you saw. So let's get to the targets here. There's some of the best ones that I got. Now, there's a technique involved in trying to get the best accuracy out of this thing. And again, it is not a bench rest rifle. This was the best group that I could manage. That is CCI Mini Mag at 50 yards, 2.8 inches. 2.8 inches, that's not bad, especially for what we're talking about here. And if you want to shoot on the cheap, you can go with the Federal bulk ammo and you get about 3.5 inches at 50 yards. So now the tricks to get the best accuracy out of this, if you want to shoot this at the bench, again, don't bother. But if you do, number one, do not rest it on the barrel. I had to put basically take all my knowledge that I got from my handy rifle usage. You remember the H&R handy rifles? You know, it's out of business now, unfortunately. They were great little rifles, but they were break barrels as well. This is technically your receiver. I mean, this is the barrel with the chamber right there, but the receiver is back here. So I had to rest the whole rifle on this part right here. This hinge was what I was resting it on, which did not make for a very stable platform. Personally, I think the best, most accurate way to shoot this rifle is to stand up and shoot it. You know, no fancy bench rest or anything of that. Just shoot it and have fun with it, because that's really what this is about. And now we are at the point of the video where I tell you all the good things and all the bad things about this rifle. Because just like everything else in life, I cannot tell you whether you should or should not buy this. I can only give you the information and you make the choice yourself. So first, the good. The good is the fact that this thing is built like a tank. I mean, there's nothing to it really. It's just a tube that's a barrel and this little receiver with a big huge hinge. And that hinge, even after 200 rounds, getting it so hot that it burned me, there is still no discernible movement in that whatsoever. Still locks up beautifully. There's again, once it locks up, there is no movement, no twisting, no budging at all. It is perfectly aligned from the factory, and I did nothing to that except just shoot the crap out of it. And number two, it folds up. That's just really cool. That's really cool. You can throw that in your backpack and go backpacking or whatever. You can put it under your seat in your truck, whatever you need, and it just folds right up perfectly. And number three, it is simple. I mean, that is simple. There is nothing to that thing except a tube and a way to fire a cartridge through that tube, and that's it. Now, there's so many things out there that have so much crap hanging off of them, that have so many little doodads and little gimmicks here and there. This has got none of that. And number four, it is super lightweight. It is super lightweight, especially when you take off this stupid scope I've got on it. And number five, it is just plain cool. And number six, this thing has a fantastic trigger. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. And now let's go over the bad, because everything has a negative side to the positive. Number one is that we have a threaded barrel, which is cool, but the barrel protector that comes with this thing is just a piece of plastic. As you can see, I've already lost it. Number two is that it is only single shot, which of course, that's the whole nature of the beast here, is it's single shot. Number three, it's not that accurate. It's fairly accurate, especially for what it is. It is very accurate for what it is, but it's not a bench rest rifle. It really isn't, as you can tell. Let's see, what am I on, number four? Number four, or whatever it is. If you decide to become a moron and put a scope on your little Badger, which there's no reason to, but whatever, you're gonna have a hard time getting that hammer. And number five, even though it is very rugged, there are several things that are plastic, and I wish they weren't plastic. And issue number six is that even though the buttstock, the kind of wire buttstock here is adjustable. It's very difficult to adjust. And the last issue I have here is the takedown lever is too close to the trigger. And unfortunately, my natural hold on this rifle would put my finger, my trigger finger, on the takedown lever, not back here on the trigger. And so there was more than once I was ready to fire a shot. Now, if you are interested in picking up your own little Badger, this is not a paid promotion or anything of that nature. I bought this with my own money. I ordered it from a local gun store. That's what you'll have to do because people don't usually have these in stock. So you have to order one. They're going to be at or a little bit below 200 bucks, so they're not that expensive. Well, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more of this on the way, including another part 2 for this Badger rifle, because I do have some ideas for the future video already. But go ahead and leave any comments, questions, or show what it is in the comment box below the video. And of course, you guys have a great day. See ya.